All right, here we go. This is, again, Park Place Properties with small desktop version. So this is where we begin our first steps into desktop after doing our mobile and tablet and making sure all the screen sizes are covered. So let's get into it. So we got these options here, and these are our options. So we're starting at 1024. And one of the things I got to do is I got to fix up my templated navigation to look like the actual one. So the first thing I want to do, at home, let's save this. Let's go to our nav. Okay, so we got home, about, services, with a plus. And then we got cities, with a plus. And I'm gonna make these blank for now because we don't have these created yet. So there's really no point in having these right here. So about services, cities, team, FAQ, and we get another one here. So it's going to be contact with a class, button solid. That's going to be contact. Okay, now let's see what that looks like. Wonderful, it looks awful. So let's go ahead and get. Are we missing? Oh, it's weird. Okay, so we are looking at 1024. Oh no, we're in core styles now. So let's move this down. These are small desktop. So number one, we gotta get this out of the way. Navbar menu, you are background transparent. I think I need to make you absolute. So navbar menu, position you are absolute. So where is this background coming from? Let's expand cursively. Side menu, transparent. I am kind of curious now what is going on here. Oh, anyway, let's get rid of this. Oh, looks like we had a before in the body. Interesting concept. Okay, so we got rid of that. It's gonna be tricky to try and fit into 1024. Let's see, what's the font size on these guys? 13. So side nav A. Font size 13. Maybe that'll happen. It was 18, so let's make it 13 and see what that looks like. Okay, that helps. We need next to bold. So let's grab our next to bold from up here. Font family. Side nav A. And font size regular, etc. So I think that's it. Cool. I'm just wondering why this button solid is not taking some cues from. Probably because it's also taking styles from side nav A, unfortunately. So we're just going to have to style that by itself. So what we need to do is dot side nav dot button solid. Okay, we need a line height of 40. Let's just do a height of 40, be safe, width of 120, text align center, display inline block, and let's see if this does anything. That's better. So what's pushing this down? Do we have some weird padding? I think we got some weird padding. Padding 0. That's cool. Color 1, 2, 3. Text transform uppercase, and just like that, pretty good. This is font size 13. Regular next to bold. 13, regular next to bold. Okay, so we got that. Cool, cool. But this is like, okay, we got a margin top that we gotta fix. Side nav UL. That's gonna go right here. Yeah, so this side nav UL, if you remember when we did the mobile menu, when we pushed the menu down so that that X wasn't covering it, that's what we're now fixing. So now everything's back in line. I just got to make sure. So 67 pixels. That's what I need. How do I determine if it's 67 pixels from there or not? I guess let's try this. So 120, because this right now is like navbar. You're pretty tall, 153. So that's gonna be navbar menu. Let's make that 120. Okay. And then.
Hey, Dad. Am I going to make you a toast?
Yes, I'll make you a toast. Alright, I'll make you a toast. So it looks like this needs to come down some. Because this is the header. If you notice on this header, it looks like it's like 13 pixels from the bottom of its footer, from the bottom of the header. So we got to push this up a little bit. So let's go back to navbar, side nav UL. Let's do 20. More 40. It's pretty close. 45 or 45. I mean, that looks pretty close. So then this logo looks like the logo's at the bottom. So navbar image. Position absolute. Okay, cool. So that means we can just do bottom of 0. And let's just do top for auto, just in case it has a top somewhere else, and we can reset it. So that's on the bottom. This home has to be pointing at that lower E, and it's not. Side nav A. I'm missing the text transform. Oh, it capitalized instead of uppercase. Oh, maybe because it's not the same width. So width 314. Yeah, that's more like it, but it's too crowded. Much too crowded in here. So let's do 280, 250, and let's bump you down. Let's bump you up 20 pixels. Whoops. No, too much. 10, 5. That looks a little better. A little more streamlined. So, gosh, I mean, it's not even in the first 5 minutes of this, and I gotta go take a break. So, I'm gonna go make some toast for the little guy, and then I'm gonna have another awkward time cut. So, thanks for dealing with me. Alright, here we go. Let's pick up where we left off. So we got moving this over. So I think we got our small desktop looking fine. I think we gotta make this a little bigger now. I think we gotta be 586 tall at least. So let's get them. Style. I think this is past landing. I think we're into management now. Okay. So this is before and after. Height 586. Is that really how big it's gotta be? Hot damn. Alright. This is actually 544. Let's try 540. Yeah, it's not going to be as drastic. I still think this rotation is too much. What did we do? 2? I think 1 is where it's at, so we need to transform, rotate 1 degree, and because we have a transform X here, we have to carry that over, or else it's gonna disappear. Oh, excuse me. Okay, oh, get back over here. I'm just gonna copy you. So we got to put that in here too. Can't forget our other transforms. I think it's -1. There we go. That feels a lot better. This one should be 340 high. This is actually 250. So let's fix that. Okay, so there's that. We're just getting all the pieces at the right sizes so that we can see how we want them to fit. It looks like, I think we do have to change this. Where is the information? Oh, okay, here. Font size 20 and 28. Let's copy this. P. Font size 20. Oops. Pixels. Line height 28. Okay, so I think that was a little small. Yeah, okay, that looks better. I think this has to come over some more. So let me, I'm going to put on the grid really quick here, just to get a sense of where things need to live. So right here, I think this is, okay, this is my container, and this is how big it's got to be, these two. And that is with, I guess 1022 is my container. But that's just a hair under the full width here. So what we're going to do, this container, we're just going to make a width of 1000. Management.container. max width 1000. Okay, so these things are so they're going to push to the edges of this container, right? So once that's how we kind of open things up. And I think this has to at least a padding, a margin. What is that, 62? Whoops. I have that's 50 pixels, so I want to do margin right 2. So that's going to push up against that. And what is the width? I don't think the width is right. 280. This is okay. This is 280, so that's fine. And it feels like we need. It feels like I could use some more space. So we got the container set. Let's just make this a little more. I'm gonna push this over some more because we got some space here on desktop, and I just want to mimic that a little bit in smaller desktop. I want to have this space, so we're gonna create it, even if it's not right. If it's not the exact dimensions, that's totally fine. So now I think this has a transform on it, translate Y. So let's drop you down. Let's go. I think right here is where it looks fine. Yeah, kind of right there is cool. Okay, so transform. Oops. There's a Y22. So I'll put that down there. And then let's place this. So your font size is crazy, 370. Let's throw a big number out there. 250. That might be too big. So let's bring that in a little bit. 200. Yeah, that's good enough. And your bottom, let's see, margin left. Let's increase that. That's cool. And our bottom, or top, I should say. Let's oh nope. Yeah, get that cursor in there. There we go. Now hit the arrow key up. And we're just going to push this down until it looks fine. Okay, top 456. Margin left. Negative 560. I'm going to decrease that to negative 550. Get that extra 1 in there. And it just doesn't feel as full as when we got these little things down here. I don't know why it doesn't have these little tails. It's still bothering me. But, okay, so we got this. So it sounds like I just gotta make my container smaller. Honestly, 800. And then we could do this margin right, 52. I think this has to be bigger too. 490. H2. Well, maybe the font size is off. That's 13. Should be 24 and 32. Okay. And 32 pixels, right? Yeah. You do that. That's what that happens there. And do I need to target the span too? paste this. It just doesn't look the same, you know? Like, I don't know what's going on. Feels like there's more line height there, but SD36. Does that not work? 46? Yeah, it's having no effect. Almost no effect. I don't know why it's got to be so drastic. Line height 40. I think I got to push these away because I don't want them overlapping. So maybe it was better. Let's do 19. Whoops, that's not right. There we go. And then let's increase the size of this container. 80, just to push these guys over a bit. 900. If I do that, $190 tall. I just want to make sure, is this 190? Yeah, oh, about 198. And this is 340. Okay. This awkward thing is 540-ish. It just, for some reason, it just feels bigger. You know, so we're just gonna ignore that, I guess. I guess this guy has to get bigger. Yeah, I'm sure this is the most exciting video you've ever seen. Just watching me go back and forth and make all these small little changes, but honestly, this is the job. You're gonna go back and forth like this a lot, and you're gonna be obsessing over the little details, pixel by pixel, just making sure everything looks right and looks fine. Like even I'm back up here, I feel like I need less space on the bottom here. I think that's a problem. So I'm going to go back up to hero. Let's see. I'm just going to make it 20. I didn't like how... Actually, that feels pretty good. I think I like that. Looks about right. Okay, this looks fine. But now we got to push this down. So our graph, we got our 1024. So I want to target graph, just the top one. Padding top 200. Let's push that down. I think we can go a little more. 220. And I think this has to come up. Yeah. So this is coming up and basically touching here. So I want my tower. I think it's in city. Tower. Bottom 128. Let's change that. Up we go. Right about there. Making sure. So I think either this is too small. So this is 1246 high. Yeah, it's definitely small. So we're going to do height of, what was it? 1246. Whoops. Width 590. Let's see if that changes anything. Coolly. And this bottom actually now has to go even lower. Get out of here. Alright, 128. Let's keep going. I knew something was off. Okay, there we go. Bottom, negative 242. Okay. So that feels better. It goes all the way down. Now we gotta get these section. So these containers are 1032. So we're just gonna make our container 1000 for 1024. Okay. Now we got swap container, graph, swap tower, swap container should go in between these. Because it's graph first, right? This is I like to go down the HTML. That's where your CSS goes. So swap tower, that's at the bottom. This is graph swap. Yeah, swap tower. That's down here. So I like to go in between. Here is my container. So that's obviously next, right after graph, and that's why I'm doing that. Max width 1000 pixels. Let's get rid of the padding. So that's 1000, and I want my images. I want them to be auto on their size, but I feel like I'm gonna have a problem with that, like I did last time. Swap image. There you go. Just be who you want to be. If you want. This is supposed to be 442 wide. What are you? All right, this is perfect. That's good. Space. I think this is supposed to be, okay, this is 350, but it's 422. So let's do content. After container, after image, width 422 pixels. And I think on my, was that container? Yeah, container, I want to do justify content, space between, because you'll notice I have these gaps between them. I want them to go all the way to the edge, left and right, so that's what space between does. It just pushes them to the edges of their containers. And that's where they're supposed to live. Two things. So we got to take care of things so you don't have to. So I gotta get this 294. So this H2 should go under content because it's inside content. Width 294 pixels. There we go. Jump those lines. For some reason we have 4 lines here, but 3 lines here. So this is 422. This is 422. 16 pixels. 20, there it is. 20 and 28. So I need to get them my P's. Swap P. Font size 20 pixels. Line height 28. There we go. So I knew something was off. Let me just check my heading. This is 30 and 40. Okay, 30 pixels. We're good. So that, I think that's settled. And this is going to be the same. So now we just got to make you the best you can be. Width, auto, height, auto. So this just makes it as big as it's supposed to be, which I think this is supposed to be too big. you see this one, it actually extends outside of the container. So this is the container. It looks like, so if we're looking at the grid here, starting from here to here is the container. It looks like the container is shifted over. So this is the container. I think I have to absolutely position this image. And all right, let's try that. Position, absolute, content, position, absolute, relative. I want to do bottom 0, right negative 1, right negative 100. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. So I want this. This is underneath it. I don't think that's good. So let's do another 130, 50. Just give it some space. Okay. Now I want this to overlap this now, and this is on top. So I think on city, margin bottom, negative 100. Let's see if this does it. Cool, we're getting there. Negative 110, 13. That looks about halfway. So now what I got to do is I got to bump this up 113. So bottom is going to be 113 pixels, and now that's on top. So now we just got to make sure these guys are spaced accordingly. Looks like between here and here is 170. This doesn't feel like 170. Okay, so this is padding 100 on the bottom, and this is padding 100 at top. So this is actually padding 200. This is 200 between the two. And it should be 170. So I guess that's about right. Oh, I see the problem here. I forgot this is actually longer. I think let's see. Copy. So this actually is supposed to go here. Oh boy. Well, this will change some things. Put a break here. And another break. There, that'll give us that space. Yeah, I knew that would totally mess with things. So let's check mobile first. Okay, this looks fine. iPad looks ridiculous. I think I gotta do now. See how things are changing now. Now that we got this extra text, I have to change this. So let's go back to tablet, city image. You're going to be with it just can't be its automatic height. So I think I gotta okay. So no, not swap image. So make this 400. Take up a lot of space. Maybe I do want to make it auto. Auto with auto. Okay, so we got that now. And we're going to position absolute, position relative, bottom 0, right, -200. I think I gotta push this over. So city, I think I gotta do city.container. So I gotta take the city one. Justify content, select start. Okay, so I gotta push this over to the edge, right? Now I think I need to move this over some more. Let's try 3. And let's go ahead and do our little 0. Let's go ahead and do our margin thing, right? Let's do margin bottom, -10 pixels. 20. 3. That's about halfway. Now this has to go up 23. I'm going to add a margin left of like 10. Just to push this off a little bit. I think this is too close. 20. Yeah. Let's do that. And then let's bring this right some more, like 30 pixels. Give it some space to breathe. Okay. Okay. This is fine. Totally fine. Now let's go back to 1024. And what we need to do is this margin bottom on, here we go, 40, 30, 20. Okay, 23. Looks like that's still the magic number. And the image is going to be bottom 23. Cool. Okay, I can live with this. So I think this is what we're going to have to deal with for now. And I think copy. Whoops. Put that in there. .420 is what it has to be. SH2. Okay, so I need to do city H2. So image, city, image. Let's put it right here. There we go. And then we extended that out. Okay, so this is looking better. This is something I can live with. I like it. I like it. And now we're here. So looks like we need a little extra spacing here. So we need 142 pixels between these guys. Minus half of this button, so 45, let's say 22. So it's 22 pixels. 142, so that's 120. So I need a padding top of 120 on cards. There we go, there's that. I don't think there's any way to really fit 3 of these cards in here. Can I? Alright, let's just see. Cards.card. 30%. I mean, we can. I think I need to adjust the height. Maybe 450. I don't think it's letting me. Yeah, these cards, content is just too big. It overflows it. So this content, and I could make this smaller, 14. I'm being requested downstairs. Sounds like I gotta go break up some tomfoolery downstairs. I'll be back. Alright, back in action here. So, I made these smaller. Let's look at making this padding bottom a little smaller. Maybe we just bring it in a little bit. I think these work. Okay, so cards, content. Padding bottom, let's do 58 or 55. A little extra. I'm looking at these. What kind of... I guess what I have to do is I should probably ask the client or the designer, both probably. So this is a div right now with this little plus. So this plus is the link, but I need to ask them, do they want the entire thing to be a link, or do they just want to click on the plus to do things? So I guess I'm just gonna do a hover state on the A's, on the A tags. Hover. So I want this plus to rotate, but if I do a rotate on the A itself, even the gradient will also, the gradient will also rotate, and I don't want the gradient to rotate. So I think what I need to do is wrap this in a span. Let me see if anything happens if I do that. Okay, I just gotta change the color. So I go in here, cards A, cards A span, color white. Okay, so that's all we needed to add. And on hover, I want the span. So on hover, target the span and transform, rotate 360 degrees. And I want that to transition over, dang it, let's say 0.5 seconds. And we want to put that on cards A, so they transform back and forth at the same rate. Well, let's give this a hover. Oh, did I save up here? So why isn't the span rotating? This is the A, and her span. It doesn't appear that our hover is being applied. So why is it not being applied? Is it because I got to do a display block on the span? Or maybe it's span transition. Oh, that's right. I'm on technically tablet. There we go. Oh, that's it. Huh. Maybe that's why. A hover span. Is that it? Display block? Okay, that's the magic thing. I think it's too much, 180. And I think what has to happen is I made it into a span, and now it's display block. Okay, so that's centered. That's centered. Okay, it's only on responsive where it's display block. So I gotta center it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Or I can just do it the non-old-fashioned way. Card pay, display, flex, justify content, center, align, items, center. And that does it. There you go. That's cool, right? That's neat. Okay. So I dig that. That's cool. All the way down. Inspect 1024. Okay. So yeah, so we just we squeeze these in here, and now partners. All right, we gotta push this. It looks like this is pretty close. So let's close this off. Let's go down to our logos. Logos H2, font size. What is it, 250? That's good enough for me. And we gotta bring this padding up. So logos, looks like we got a few things on it. So let's get rid of the margin. Margin top, 0. That brings it pretty close. I mean, it's almost as if this T is touching. So I think we can do even better. So padding top, 65. Let's do 55. Oh yeah, that's right. That padding top is for this. So if I want this to go up, then I have to do margin top of like maybe 20. I have to pull it. Oh, I have to pull it. So 30. Right? Is that what's happening? Yeah, it's pretty close. And then these logos, they're like 210 from the top. So if you have a padding top of 65, that's 65, and double that is 100 and 130, because that looks about double. So what was it? 210. So 210 minus 130, so 70. So I need a padding top. I need to add 70 to that. That should be 135. So padding top. Push these down. And so this partners, it looks like it should be overlapping these guys, but with the space that we got, this partners is not as big as it's supposed to be. So it normally, excuse me, long day. So when it's its normal size, which is, where are you at? Partners, group, partners, 360. So it would be taller, and we'd be able to do that, but we're not going to do that. So our logos group is 881. How wide are you? 700. So let's do logos container. Width 881. There we go. And then our A tags. Let's get a little more padding going on here, because they look a little too close together. So logos A. Let's just do 27 pixels. Okay, now this guy, I still think this is where it has to stay, honestly, because just to make this work, so this alone is 686. So even if I did 1000, okay, this is the container we'd be working with. So even at 1000 on the tip of it, we'd only have this much on the right. Like this would be the edge of the screen, and it wouldn't look right. It just wouldn't look right. So this is the container we're working with on this screen. So I think the best course of action is to just stay. I think the only issue is, so we got this content group container. Yeah, it's got 10 pixels on it. I think that's from the it's from here. Where's my section? Oh, that's 0. So where are you getting this? Oh, 1024. Section, let's get rid of this. There, that way it goes all the way on the edge. So yeah, I think we're gonna keep this remnant from tablet because it just works. Because the screen size is not nearly big enough, and I think that's the same. That's the same for this, because to do this right, we need at least we need 1069. Even if we did it at 1000, I mean, it might be possible. Honestly, I think we can start it, because we can definitely close this space. So get rid of that. There we go. So let's try that. Let's get these guys going horizontal. So number one is we got to change this container, this steps. Okay. Get started steps. Let's go to get started. 1024. Max width 1000. Okay. And this guy, get started H2. Text line left. That's coming. And then this is actually gone. So take this and that display none. Okay, got rid of that. now we gotta flex box these. So this step, I think we gotta have them individually. So get started step. So step 1 is going to be 130 wide, nth of type 1. And let's just copy and paste this twice. 2, 3. So this is going to be a width, whoops, there we go, width of 130. Okay, and this one's going to be 210. And this one is 370. And then our steps is going to be, we're going to flex these. So steps. Let me see. Yeah, steps is the container. So we're going to display, flex wrap, no wrap. I don't want it to wrap. And just like content, space between. Okay, so it looks like the widths are not taking. Step nth of type 2. Okay, yeah, these P's are what's killing me. So for some reason, so they're at 600, so we're going to width 100% of your container. Okay. So there's that. I think we got to squeeze these together though. So let's bring in this container to 900. Actually, let's just do center. Honestly, this. So I want them to be centered. And let's do a margin right of 50 on the first one. And we're going to copy and paste that for the second one. Right? Because I want them in the center. But that's what space between does. So I guess I'm just dealing with some awkward space. Oh, it's because of this. So this actually needs. So they need to be as wide as their thing. Interesting. So I think they all could use a margin left. Because like, so we have these width set, right? 130, 210, and they're all trying to be spaced evenly. However, we got these pseudo elements that are befores, and they're overlapping, right? They're not part of the width. So I'm wondering maybe that's what I got to do now. Maybe this turns into 156. So let's see if that does anything. Let's get rid of these margins. Space between. So now this is 156. But we still have that space. So then what if we make these? No. I'm just trying to find a way to space these out nicely, you know. I guess the only other way, so I can forget this, leave this the same, get rid of this. So I think what I want to do then, instead of pushing them all, I'll just push the first one. We'll have margin left of 60. So it will push everybody else over, which might make it look more even. Okay. And this has to be roughly the same width. Get started H2 with 8 to 10. Looks like it's a little wider, right? And I gotta do margin. Does it have a margin bottom? Yeah, it has a margin bottom of 75. So I do margin auto, margin bottom 75, so that the auto does not reset margin bottom. I'm redeclaring it after auto, which will override margin bottom auto from this, right? Because this is auto top, bottom, left, right, but when you do auto on top or bottom, it's just basically 0. So I'm resetting margin bottom to be 75, which is what it is right now, and that's why we do that. So there's that. And I think you are 30 and 40. You are 30. Okay, you're cool. And then I think I want to push these guys away some more. So I think I want to do margin right 40 for these two, just to push some people, push everybody away a little bit. Does that work? Does that not work? I don't know. Let's try 60. Let's try a little more. 80. Doesn't do anything. Let's try one more. 100. I think that's there. Now we're starting to push some things around here. Except that jumped down to 3. Let's jump down. Alright, so maybe I don't do that. That's not good. So then what I gotta do, if I want more space between them, right, I gotta make the space bigger. So let's do 950. And then make this 960. That looks better. That's better. So how to get started. Let's just put this here. So this is marking where the bottom of that is. And that's going to be 104. So I want this to be 104 pixels away from this middle point, which this is padding top of 80. So get started needs to be 104. Okay, so that's better. And we're missing a button there. So I don't think he wants a button here. And that's what that's for. So we're going to remove our button. Get started A at the bottom here. Okay. Now we got these guys to contend with. So this is 1150 wide, so obviously we're not going to have that. So get started reviews. This comes after the A. We got max width 750, max width 1000. Yeah. Okay. And then these reviews. With, what should they be? They should be 550. Let's do 500. No, 450, because it's 1000 wide, right? It should be 380 tall. Let's just put it on there. Height 380. I think these have to be bigger. So 24 and 36. Oh boy. Hello. Okay, that's a lot. So let's go down to 20. Okay, and padding top should be 55. Push those guys down. That should be 70 on each side. So 55 top and bottom, 70 each side. So 55 top and bottom, 70 pixels left and right. So this is top and bottom. This is left and right. Okay. Looks like we got to make the text smaller again. 17. And then line height of 26. Try 19. Line height of 30. And that looks fine. Okay, and every month of every month. We got an orphan here. There we go, of every month. It's the and deposit. It's the and. I don't think this is gonna. Yeah, because complete needs to be over here, right? Okay, that's better. That's better. I think. Do we need more? I think we need more space. Actually, we need 120. It needs the padding bottom. So here's one way that I like to use to try and get things exact. Oh, that's not gonna work. Hold on. I think these are transformed. Bottom 400. Okay, so we're gonna go up, and right there is 0. So 344. I need to go down 120. So that's going to be 444, 464. Let's go 464, and that's where they need to be. So reviews and 464. So to recap, what I did is I just moved this. I moved this up to where it's touching this. I use this to find out how many pixels far it needs to be. And then I just, wherever that value was, I add up the pixels that I need to add to get the gap. And then there you go. So it was like what, 344? So when this thing was up here, it was at bottom, negative 344. I needed to go down another 120. So I subtracted from the negative number to add to the negative number. And now this should be pretty darn close to where it needs to be. And so now we got this guy. Looks like we need more. I mean, this is a little close. I don't like how close this is. I like the space here, so I'm keeping it. And there's nothing you can do about it. So we're going to keep that there. This looks fine. Although I think it is bigger here. This is 40 and 50. This is still 24. So I'm going to take you. We're going to go to CTA. Font size 40. And line height 50. So that changes things up. And I think so I need this to be 690 tall. Okay, and this right now is 788. 690. So then, since this is obviously big enough, I think I gotta set this to be, this is 585. So CTA. Okay. Does this have a negative margin? Is there a negative margin? Yeah, margin bottom negative 52. Let's get rid of that. What is that on? City? Margin bottom 0. So I noticed that you see this is overlapping the footer. That was telling me that there's some funky stuff going on. So I was checking to see if there's a margin bottom and to see if that was a negative value that was pulling this up or pulling this down. And there, yes, there was. So now we get rid of that. And this is 690 tall now. Cool, cool. And I'm going to pause yet again because there is, I think, a toddler knocking at my door right now. So here I go. All right, let's do this again. So we left off at our CTA. And I'm wondering if I can push this down. So CTA, so center. So background position can have two values for X and Y. So I'm going to do Y value of 0% and see if that does anything. Nope. Did I move it up? Okay, no, it looks like it is as far as it can go. So sometimes you can play with the position. So like, okay, center. And then let's say we did another one before it. So that would be Y, and if this was X, it would be 0%. So X is 0%, so it's the farthest edge. This is the edge of the actual image just hanging out here. And we can use this percent to shift it over however we want. There you see. So if we go to 100%, that means it is 100% from the left. So that means the far left of the image is on this side. But we don't want that. We want center. So now it's centered. So I think this is fine. I think this is good enough. I think it's as good as it gets, really. Unless, I feel like I can get more black space. So let's try it. Let's get more black space. Oops. Nope. Nope. Okay, grab that. Let's save that and see what that does. Okay, so we got a little more. Now let's get this after. Okay, there's the edge. So let's just go. Let's right there. CTA before. CTA city after. Okay, so this goes here. Yeah, bud. What do you want? All right. Hey, it's a little better. And now we're gonna. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna leave this footer the way it is for a small desktop because there's no way to make this work on small desktop. We're all out of grapes. So I think this is it for small desktop, which is pretty fine. I'm very happy with this. And now we move on to 1300. So I'm going to put a pause here. Again, I literally just started in 10 seconds later. I am made it again, so I apologize. Another time jump coming. And that little guy just wanted some blueberries and stuff. So let's head up. I think, what is this? I think this is 2000 or 1200. Yeah, I think it's about 1200. So yeah, 1300 would be a next logical step. So let's go ahead. Let's just grow this and see if there's any problems that comes. So this is 1100. So far, so good. All right, nothing doing anything ridiculous yet. So there's 1200, which would put this like right on the edge, which won't look good. So we want to do the next one at 1300. What do we got here? Looks like this is slowly getting, okay, interesting. So that's causing a problem. I guess, yeah, because since we got the black square, right, it's, well, what if I city, so if I have it always at 0%, even if I do that, it still overrides the black. So I think what I need to do check. Maybe I just gotta download the big one. This is City Desktop. So let's change it for 1024. Oops. We're going to change it to the big one, the desktop one. So I think it's loading a tablet version 1. City Desk. Okay, now that's a bigger one. And 0%. So I need, okay, so I need to do this again. Let's just do 800. There we go. And let's take all you. Oops, looks like I missed one. I'm going to start here in this corner. There we go. Move this down. Oh, dang it. Got that, okay. Make this black. Rectangle, fill, solid color. I don't think I quite got it all. Now I gotta make this. There we go. Save. Okay, so we bought ourselves some extra space, but I think what we actually need to do is, I I need to make this, maybe I make this before, or this after taller. Like 300, something crazy, right? And set its top value. Be like right there. All right, so let's try that. City after, top of 136 and a height of 300. So let's see what this does. So if we zoom out to 50%, we're at 1024. When we zoom, it looks like we don't break the illusion. So I think that works now. Because that's the before. It's still up here, kind of closing everything off. I think. Let's drop you. Where's it at? Oh, okay, I see. Oh, okay, so that's just, I thought this was the line. I thought it was creating a line, but no, it wasn't. So there's the before. Okay, there's the after. It's coming down. I'm just looking at it, watching it go. There it is. Okay, so there's 210. No, I need it to be where it is now. There it is. Okay, so where it is now, that looks fine. Looks like we're pretty good up until 1800. So that's good. That's good. Set to 1200. This guy. So 1168. So we gotta fix that. And that's why we do that zoomy. That's why we do this. So we found out that is a problem. So margin left. Just bringing it back a little bit. So we're going to copy this. And this is going to be at, oh, it's 1168, so let's do 1150. Margin left of -759. There we go. All right. $1,150. So for some reason this style isn't taking. Management container. Oh, that's because I put it in the wrong spot. Being overridden by 850. That's why I thought I recognized that 850. So we gotta put this down here. All right. Top. I want to bring it up a little more. Top 0. Okay, so that's about 12. Everything looks pretty good. I think at 1150, we can make this the size that it is, the actual size. So width 314. So we're going to go here. 1150. What is it? Navbar image? Yeah. 314. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, so that can start getting bigger. And it looks like another problem here. This is not as wide as it needs to be. So 500 pixels, is that where our problem is? Hero 500, 2000. I don't want to have to deal with you again. Okay. So let's look at 1300. So this is going to be our main desktop size. So I think these are fine. This contact button, though, doesn't look like it's centered. So the way we do that is, I think it comes up in small desktop. Where do you get your styles at? Okay, 1024 side nav button solid. So, okay, so we set a set height on it so that it can't, its padding won't change. And then we do does it have padding 0 on it? Yeah. So padding 0, let's override that. Padding top 2 pixels. And you see it shifted down a little bit. For whatever reason, sometimes when you're doing buttons, they'll be off-centered no matter what you do. So if you just set a fixed height and then add a little like padding top 2 or 3 pixels, 1 or 2, maybe 3 sometimes, it should balance it out pretty good. So now that we're here, these guys need to be spread out some more. So I think, what was it? Yeah, 123 between them. But first, I think we got to adjust their widths accordingly. So back to hero, we're here. Now I need to adjust each one of these guys to be the width that they're supposed to be. So like this one is 89, this one's 141. So we gotta put these widths on them so that we can give them their 123 margin right, and everybody is spaced exactly how they're supposed to be. Otherwise, if they have like extra space on them and you add 123 pixel margin, this gap will be bigger. So, you know, this is just part of doing your best work, right? So let's go ahead and copy this. Darn it. Okay, so that's going to be our stat. And to type 1, width is going to be 89. And let's see if that took. That is 89, but it's, see, this is 13, but this is 16. Okay, that's our problem. That's a problem there. I was wondering why it was. So then we got to change that for at least this one. So stats, text. Font size 16 pixels. Line height 20. Okay, and now we gotta adjust this one. So 2, and what is this? 141. That should jump back to where it's supposed to be. And we'll do 3 and 4. $116. And I'm going to pause real quick because I hear my dog barking. I think my kid left it in the room again. So another time jump. Just a second, guys. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, no, he just somehow he got outside the backyard and we closed the door and he just never came back in. So he's ready to come back in now. So the fourth one, 115. Okay, so now these are all properly sized. This is 26. This is supposed to be 26. Oh, they're supposed to be 30. So number goes above text. Font size 30 pixels. Line height over 40. It's brand blue. Oops. It just looks lighter, you know, like, is that the same color? I guess. I mean, it has to be, right? So, so now we're going to give them all stat. Where's this margin right coming from? So copy this. It's just doing the same thing. Yeah, it's just doing the same thing. So margin right, 1, 2, 3 pixels. Let's just copy and paste this for the first 3, ignoring the fourth one because it doesn't need a margin right on it. And we got to adjust the flex container because these are pushing up against each other. So stat container as a max with 100% with 100%. Container, there we go. Container, so hero container. Let's do width of 100%. There you go. Now, let's figure out. So we got this. Okay. I think this is it. So 800. Let's just say 800 tall. How big is my hero? 700. So hero needs to be 800. Okay. That's what the design calls for. Let's zoom this out a little more. So now we got to bring these guys down. So it looks like at least 84 on the bottom. So this stat container. Oh, here we go. They're getting pushed down from this. So let's increase our margin bottom. We're going to push this all the way down to the bottom. Okay, until about, not right there, that's at the bottom. So we're at 360. It needs to be about 84 pixels away from this side. So let's subtract 80 from 360, and that gives us 280. So that means this margin bottom has to be 280, and that's where they are. So hero H1. No, gotta go under the container. Margin bottom 280. So that's how we kind of determine where these have to go based on Figma. So that's how I like to do things. And now this guy. So this thing, let's zoom out. Let's get rid of your turn. Okay, so you are 300 high. Let's fix this. Stat container before. Height 300. Okay. And looks like take this, right here's the start of it. It looks like it's about 20 pixels down. So if we see this line here, this should be about the 800 pixel mark. So if I take this and I give it a bottom of -20, I think that's where we're going to be. So what is it on right now? Top of 70. Negative 70. Oh, because it's on a stat container. Okay. Oh, it's on this one. Okay, so let's see what happens when it's at a bottom of 0. Let's see where that's at. Bottom 0. Oh, because I got a top. So I got to reset top with auto. Okay, there we go. Now it'll move. So this is bottom, apparently. So let's go negative until we're about that. Boom. So that's going to be the bottom of our heading, minus 20 pixels. So this has to be a bottom of negative 80. Right? Yeah, that looks fine. But now we got to get this margin top down. So this margin top is it's actually, let's see, 329 from the top, or from the bottom of this. So it is actually 208, 209 from the top of the nav, which is what it looks like that it's pushing against, is the top of the nav right here. So we need, let's just say 200, just to be cool. So right now, margin top is 142. So I want to keep this same ratio of this margin bottom, pushing that down. So whatever we add to the margin top, we have to subtract from the margin bottom so it doesn't affect the spacing of these guys. So if I want 200, I have to add 38. Okay, so margin top for H1 equals 200. But I have to subtract 38. So 280 minus 30 is 250, minus 8 is 242. So if I do this, this should not move, but this should move. Wait, I'm going to do that again. 280. What is this? 142. 38. Yeah. So technically, it shouldn't move. Okay, let's try it again. Let's just try it. So 200. And then 240. Was that 242? 230. No. 280 minus 30. 38. Okay, this is 150 minus 8 is 142. 142. Oh, hold on a second here. 280. Huh, yeah, 242. There they go. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be 200. And this should, theoretically, be right. Now, I just need to determine how wide this H1 needs to be. So it's on the edge of this one. So it's going to be over. This is the container then. So this, just make sure I got this right. This goes here. This goes here. Snap. So 1030 wide is going to be the container. This. Max width 1100. So I'm going to do hero container. Max width 1030 pixels. And that should be it. So this, what I did here is oh, we gotta get rid of the padding. So what we did here is this is how big its container needs to be for it to bounce around. Okay, so I found out how wide these spaces are because of the columns. So these columns, you know, it helps you find out how big some of your containers need to be and where they need to shift. So I put this down. I found out how big this needs to be. For this needs to have a margin left of 0 so that it's pushed to the edge of its container, and a margin right of auto that pushes against the right and pushes it into the left section. So we needed to create a container for it to bounce around, and we needed to find that container width so that we know exactly where it bounces around. So like if it was too short, if it was like this, and we center it, that center right there. So this means it's center. That means this would actually be in more, and that's not exactly where it's supposed to be. So that's why we determine our containers so that we know exactly where these things are supposed to be positioned inside of it. So it's very important. These columns in Figma, big help to know where your containers are and how far over to shift things. So I think our landing is done. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with it. And now we gotta be happy with this. So I think we're close. We just gotta finagle a little bit. Okay, so first things first, let's get this guy's font size down. So that's gonna be 370. All right, let's just position this guy. Management, 1024. Oh, that's already done. Font size 370. Okay. Cool. But that's for a 1440 screen. We're on 13. So actually we can't use that. Let's do 300. And let's push you over. Let's see if you fit. Actually, you probably have to do a 270. And let's see if you fit better with that. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, we're going to do margin left of -709. Cool. Now we just got to get these containers right. So it's between here and here. So again, 1030. So this container max width of 1030 pixels. Okay, so that's going to push that against the edge of where it wants to be, and hopefully this should punch it. I think we're going to be about 57 pixels off of the edge of our container. So what I want to do, so this is our container, and this margin of 52, so that's close enough. So this is pushing off about where it needs to be. But this looks like it can be bigger. Let's do 90. Oops. Oh, there I go, clicking on the wrong. I'm just going to get rid of this. Say start, click, get rid of you. Okay, so we want big number, font size 270, C290. Works for me. Let's bump you up some more. I think we can. Top 456. Let's bring you up a little bit. Top of 439. Cool. I think this needs to come up a little more. think that looks good there. So we're going to do management P. Or transform. Translate 1 and -5. Yeah, bud?
I have to go pee.
I'm gonna put that there.
It's too dark.
Alright, well that's great to have in a video. We're gonna go pee. So here we go again. Maybe once he goes to bed I won't be interrupted anymore. So alright, coming back. Did not make it to the bathroom, peed everywhere, so it was an ordeal. Back to work. So I think we got these all set up pretty nicely. And then we're into this. So I just want to make sure we got the right amount of padding up here. So it looks like we are okay, looks like okay, so we gotta make sure that this aligns with the bottom of that, which is not happening. So on this container, swap container, so graph 1300 swap container, what we're going to have to do is align items, and that's flex end. So flex end, flex start. So flex end, it aligns them at the end. So if it is align items, does up and down. Justify content does left and right. So flex end is bottom, flex start is top. And if you're in justifying content, flex start is to the left and flex end is to the right. So with this flex container, I just set it to align items. So vertically, I want to align them at the end, so at the bottom. So they all sit nicely at the bottom here. And so this guy is about 100 pixels away from the top of this. So what I want to do, well, let's do this. This is 148 from that top. So this section, let's do that spacing thing again. So let's remove the padding. Let's make it touch the top, right? Oop. Right there. So it was 148. So padding top, 148 about. So that does not look like that. Whoops, it's because I didn't do it right. Okay, that looks better. So yeah, okay, so we need graph. Padding top 148. Got it. And now we need this guy. Our tower. Okay, I need you to touch the top right there. So we need swap tower. Bottom's be -159. Okay, that works. I think this works. Okay, so I want it also to come over. Looks like I want it to be right about at that Y. So bring you over to about the Y, right? -60. Got it. Okay, and this needs to be a little closer. So again, what I'm going to do, this is about 90, let's say 92 pixels, so 90 pixels away. What we're going to do, I take this, we're going to bring it back. So now that's about touching, okay? So we're at 5 pixels. So I need to go 90 pixels this way, so write -95, and that's going to be just right. So I need city image, -95 pixels. There, so that's going to be about where it needs to be away from this, which I think will be pretty darn close. And what's nice about putting it to the right is, oh darn it, I don't want it to be to the right because it grows. Are these inside a container? Okay. Tower is not. This image is. Alright, I gotta fix it. So these are moving with the they're moving with the container. I want them to stay. So we're gonna start with tower. Alright, no more right. Right is auto, you are reset. Left 50% and margin left 300. So this is our positioning technique so that it stays where it's at. I think y'all remember this. Whoops. There we go. 100. Let's do 120. 124. Right there. Whoops. 124. Right there by that Y. Okay. And now we're going to auto this. Left 50%. Margin left. Here, let's see where you're at. So let's bring you in. And let's redo this. So, and it's about touching. So we're at -59 plus 90. Let me pull out my calculator on the phone. So it was 92 pixels away, and we're 52 or 59. So minus 92 minus 59. So we need to be positive 33. So 33 pixels, and that's where we need to be. All right, margin left 33 pixels. So that solved that. So that now, when I grow the screen, they stay. They're not going anywhere, and I want them to stay. So there we go. As opposed to this, where I wanted them to move with it because they're too close. Right? They're too close here. I want them to move, and then they stay right where they need to stay, which I think is pretty neat. That's a good. Pretty happy with that. Okay. So just keep doing your cursory glances, your looks, checking everything. Now these guys, okay, so this is centered. I just gotta check, how wide are you supposed to be? It's supposed to be 366. So let's make them 366. Alright, so let's close you off. Close you off. Oh, did I accidentally open everything? God bless it. Oh yeah, because I accidentally deleted everything, and then when I had to undo, it uncollapsed all of my media queries. Weak. Alright. Yeah, I prefer to have them all collapsed because, my God, it's so much cleaner and easier. But you know, sorry, you gotta watch me do this. So, I mean, just look at this. Look at the right side, right? The preview. Look how easy it is to go up and down your CSS and find things. Like if I wanted to check out the management section, I know this. It's right here. It's the next one above. And then I got the graphs, right? And then I got my cards here. So it's just, it's so clean and easy. I definitely recommend doing your CSS like this because it's awesome. And so let's go over cards. Okay, so number one, how big is our container? So if it's going to contain these comfortably, okay, so it's going to be 1300. Okay, so I want my card container. Is that a max width? Yeah, max width 1300. Okay, but you see this, they're 30% of the width, so we got to fix that because they're supposed to be only 366. See, 30%. So we have to, you know, readjust them. This 366, and then they're supposed to be 572 tall. Okay. Is it 366? I just want to make sure. Yeah, 366, 572. Okay, and now we got to we gotta redo these to our content. So this P is going to be 20 and 28. Font size 20, line height 28. Okay, so that's going to push it. Are we still at? Okay, yeah, we're about there. So I just need to. So I got this, and padding bottom 60. What's padding bottom here? Padding bottom 55. Let's adjust that. It's cards content 60 pixels. That's going to push that down a little bit. I just want to make sure I got all my sizing right. So this is going to be 52 on top. We have 40. That's better. And then we got 60 on the other sides. What do we got here? 40. All right, let's just take care of all this at once. So we got 52 on top, 40 on the right, 60 on the bottom, 40 on the left. Or is that? Shoot, hold on. 60 left and right. Got it. 60. 60. Okay. I think that's how it's supposed to look. Let's see, to go when you maximize. So I want to see these on the end. When you want earning. Yep. Not exactly there. Let's make this 50. When you want. Okay, there we go. We got our want earnings no turn. Want earnings no turn. Okay, that looks fine. I just want to make sure the paragraph broke at the same spots. So next, I just got to do the between them. So 40 pixels. These cards all have margin on them. Let's do margin 0 and margin right 40 pixels. And then I want to do cards, card. I want to do the last one, so last of type. Last of type. So it's the last card, margin right 0, because I don't want it to have a margin right. I don't want it off-centering things. So there you go. These are equally spaced. And I'm just going to make sure. So we need more space up here, actually. So from here, I'm trying to space it, but it's not letting me. Maybe if I do this. Okay, so 144 pixels from this to this. So there we go. Cards. So let's just get them to touch. And touching is right there. Yeah, that's touching. So we got to add 25 to 144. So 25 plus 144. So the padding top should be 169. There you go. That looks pretty good. Let me just make sure this height's good. 301. What is this before? Height 300. That's cool. So I think this is all spaced accordingly. So I'm happy with this. Now we got to do our partners. We can finally do the full. Let's see, 360. Let's close this. Logos. There you go. Logos H2. Font size 360. Interesting. Oh, that's right, because it's 1440 wide, so it's not going to be exact right now. So let's do 300. Let's do 320. Just on the edge. Okay, perfect. And we want this to just be like, it looks like about 20 pixels from the top there. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to add some padding bottom on cards. Does this work? Okay, that works pretty good. So push those down. Okay. Oh, and this whole time opacity is 30%. Come on, Ryan. Okay, so logos H2, opacity 30. See how that changes things. See, all right, makes it a lot lighter. Cool, cool. I'm working with that. Whoops. Okay. So this logos container is 881 wide. I think we already addressed this, 881, so that's good. So now let's make this happen. I think this is the next big change on this site is to make this start. So let's just first see what it will look like. So if we got 1300. Okay, so this is the container. So okay, this is centered. So if I had this content like this much would be cut off. I think we're ready to go. So I think 1300 is good. We still have this much showing, and this is here. So yeah, let's do this now. So let's zoom out. I guess that's as far as I can zoom out. Wish I could do more. Okay. How do we do this? So I think I know how I'm going to do it. So I need to create my container. It's going to start from the edge here, and it's going to start to the edge here. So my container will be 1240, and this group will be margin right right here. So the margin right from the edge. Let me make another square here. So this is the edge. it'll have a margin right of 49, so 50. Margin right, 50, and then it'll be margin left auto, so it'll be pushing from the left side of its container all the way to the right, and then I'll have a margin right of 50 pushing it back this way. So this will be positioned exactly as it's shown in the Figma. And then this I'm going to have absolutely positioned with my left 50% margin left negative whatever, so that this stays in position right here. And then we're going to do these with pseudos. So let me just make sure that, what is this? This isn't it. Okay, so I need to actually, if I'm going to add pseudo elements to this to make these guys, I have to wrap it in a div, because you cannot add pseudo elements to a div, or to an image. So I got to copy this dot, what do I want to call this? Services image, and shove this in here, and let's just hope nothing bad happens. And nothing bad happened. So obviously this isn't affecting anything else we're doing here. So my next step, I think this is called, no, CTA, get started. I think this is content group. Yeah, this is content group. Wait, what did I just do? Wrong one. Services, graph, services, cards, logos, content group. Okay. So, what do I got here? Sunset. Oh, thank God I do. It's called image group. Wonderful. Wonderful. Let's just work with container first. Wait a minute. There is no container containing this. This is the thing that I need to have the margin left auto, margin right 50. So, but I can make the section into its own container and save a div, because there's no background color or anything. So we can actually just make the content group. Yeah, we're gonna make the content group 1240. Okay, so that's where I'm going to start. Max width is 1240. Okay, that's that. Oh, we also have to do margin auto, because as you can see, it's off-centered. So this is content group. You see that margin on the right, that orange. There's nothing on the left. That means it's off-centered. So we have to do margin auto to center it. Now you see it's equal. So this is going to be our container for this to bounce off of. So now we need, well, first let's remove these guys, because you are out. Content group container before, display none. After. You guys have served your purpose well. Thank you and goodbye. So we're going to make this. This is going to be 686 wide. So I'm going to put this before the befores. Width, max width, 686 pixels. Okay, and you don't want any padding left and right. It looks like the content goes right up against it, and that's fine. And actually, it looks like we don't need padding at all. It's just the content, and you're not going to see any of this. So now we got to do margin left auto, margin margin right 0. So now it's on the edge. So it's at our 50. And it's just off the edge from where it needs to be. Okay. And we got our button. Everyone's happy. Now we got to do this guy. So you are going to be I think what I need to do, it's on desktop, so it's not like we have to lazy load every single image. So I think what I'm going to do, because I prefer for something like this where I want it to be scaling, maybe going off to the side and getting bigger with the page, I like to do it as a background image. So what I'm going to do, so for image group, image, display none. Okay, got rid of the image. Now, I want my background, I'm going to set it to whatever the image is. Which one do I want? Mobile, sunset, content, image. Let's just do sunset. It's going to be sunset. And, oh, whoops. This is on the image. So what I want is the image group. Whoops. That's why nothing was happening. All right, so this actually goes up here. So there it is. So now we make this 441 wide, height of 945. Okay, so there's that. Now I want it to be bottom. Let's do okay. We're going to position absolute it, right? So that's done. Content group, position relative, because we're positioning it around this container. So I want it to be bottom 0. Let's see where that takes us. That's a little too much. So bottom 100, 200, 50. So that's what I want. I want it to be at the top of the dedicated. So let's come down a little bit. 240, 20, 30. That looks about right. So this top is like right there. Okay. And now I need to index this -1. So we go 100. I think I'd put a z-index on the entire container. There we go. So what I did is I made this entire container, this content group, all of, this whole section right here. Well, that's not a good idea because you see main. So now it is behind the body, and I can't click my button. So I think what I need to do instead is I need to bring get started up instead of pushing this back. So on get started, position relative, z-index 100. Okay, so now this affects the stripes now. CSS 50, 10. Are we still above? We're still above. So I think what I need to do, stripes. Okay, that's not doing anything. Where's my stripes? That didn't get started. Yeah, stripes is in get started. So when I brought get started up, that brought stripes up. So if I don't bring get started up, but I bring up this. Okay. All right, now we're getting somewhere. So I actually have to make this taller anyway, because I need more of a point. So get started. Whoops. Get started before. Height. What are you right now? 150, 300. And then we got to bring you back up. Is that pointy enough? I think I need more point. 50. All right, I think that should do it. So if I bring this up, right there. Okay, so top negative 325. And the index 100. So that covers up a lot of it. But I want it to cover all of it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click back to this. This clip path, where's it at? So I'm going to recreate this clip path. In my pentagon. Oh, I can't do that. Well, here, so I need this, this, this. And I need this. So red is the first one. Let's see what that is. 50 and 92. So it was down here, 92. But I think we're just going to do 50% center. I'm just going to add as much as I want, as I can, because I want this to block it. I think that should be good enough. So we're going to change the clip path to be this. That will make this taller, right? And now I can take this down. So if I take this like this, okay, so that's the edge. Now let's just get it to a point right about there. Now that's good. So this container position relative, if I put a z-index of 101, there it is. It should be higher because this is 100. So now do get target container, z-index 101. Oh, I forgot to do this. Dang it. Alright, whatever this value was. Oh, let's do it again. Okay, so we're going down, 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 down. Back up. There's our point, a couple more. So negative 77. Okay, so there's that. So we got this solved now. Little creative problem solving here. So it's just CSS and HTML. It really is about you're creating illusions. Don't try to think so literal about how to make these things happen. Like, don't think about having to make a slanted image or having to make try and figure out how to do this or manipulate anything. Just think about all the different ways you can use your pieces to mask, cover, and kind of hide things that you don't want to see. We're creating illusions. So there's probably a number of different ways to do what I just did here, but I just used what I had, and what I did have was this pseudo that I could use to cover this and kind of create this space and just bring this up on top of it so it wasn't covering. And because as you saw when we tried to bring this whole section above this section, it worked. You know, this was behind it, but then this graphic was above everything, and that was a problem. So we had to work around that and use what we had. So sometimes you got to change some things. Like I had to change this clip path to be longer to cover this. Those are the types of kind of creative thinking that you need to be looking at. These are the ideas that you can have. These are the things you can do. So I hope this is a good example of creative problem solving, how to get the result that you're looking for. A lot of the times the answer is not going to be in front of you. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be something that is taught in a tutorial. And that's the problem when you're just doing tutorials after tutorials. You don't run into these unique issues, and you don't know how to think through it and solve it. So that's what I hope my videos are doing differently, where I run into these issues and I solve it with you. Like you watch me think, and we fail and we succeed together in the video. So I just wanted to point that out, that this is an example of everything I'm trying to do with this video series and show you, and how I want other developers, if you're starting out, this is how you got to think. This is the nitty gritty of web development, is doing things like this and just finding ways to cover and conceal and create your illusion. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you do it cleanly and with purpose. So that's the end of my speech there. Just remember what we did there, and just code with purpose and think outside the box. So now that we got this done, it has to come over. So let's do our little thing here. This guy is 165 over from this. So let's take you and where are you at? Image box, margin bottom. How did I do you? This is not get started. Content group. Okay, back to this guy. There's my image group. Position absolute. So are you just kind of hanging out now? Yeah, you're just kind of hanging out now. Okay, so now we're going to do our left 50%. Margin left. Let's just do 0 for now, see where you go. Interesting. Why did you just do this? Oh, it's being covered by this. I thought it went down. No, it's just being covered by this. So now we got to make this negative to go left. And we just got to wait. So it's got to be 165 away from the edge. And right there. So 557. So 557. So we need to go negative. So we got to add 165 or subtract 165. So that's going to be negative 721. Negative 721 pixels. So that's where it's supposed to be, away from here. And when we make this bigger, it stays. So that's why we do that. Remember, know how to do this. What I'm doing, the left 50% margin left, you are going to need to use it. And it's something I wish I knew when I started, because I was just racking my brain so many times trying to figure out how to do what I just did right here. And it just took 2 lines. So get used to that. So now let's do our pseudos. So we got one in the back. Come here. There we go. So brand orange. So image group, copy, and let's do it before. That's going to be 120. Oh, well, first let's get my sudo code that I can copy because I don't want to have to write everything over and over again. And it's going to be orange. And our border radius is 10. And it is there we go. Okay, it is 10 pixels out and up. So top is -10 pixels, and it's going to be right of -10. Okay, and that's going to be the z index of -1. So let's add a z index of 1 to this. And then our after, let's just copy and paste this. It's going to be our brand yellow. So it's going to be primary. And it is 60 by 60. Whoops, I forgot to do this again. 120, 120. This is 60. Oh no. Oh, I just hit F something and it got rid of this. Damn it. Damn it. I lost my toolbar. How do you do this? What did I press? I don't want that. I don't want that. Okay. Where'd everything go? Escape. Escape. Well, hot damn. What the heck? Okay, so now I'm just gonna have to research my phone. Hotkey to show, hide, desktop menus, Windows key, DNA display, Windows desktop. No, that's not it. Control Shift, let's see, Control Alt Delete. Task Manager. How do I get out of here? What is that called? Taskbar. How do I restore taskbar at the bottom of the screen? Okay. Where's my menu bar? Let's see. Pressing Alt temporarily displays this menu and I'll use it. Okay, this is freaking stupid. I honestly don't know what I did. Okay, so we got that back. What the hell did I do? So I was just, honestly, I was just hitting Control, Window, and Alt, and a bunch of the Fs just to figure out what the hell I did. Okay, welcome back. I might, you know, do I want? I may or may not cut that out because that was stupid. Okay, let's get back. Let's get back to this. I just want to forget what just happened. Okay, so this is 60. 60. And a border radius of 10. Okay, cool. So this is actually going to be... If you size this up, so that's 20. So it's going to be negative 20 instead of 10. And we want this on top. So 10. Now, let's see if this worked. It did not. Oh, that's right. Top, negative. Negative. Okay. Looks like we have overflow. Is that off? Overflow is hidden on this. So, image group, overflow, visible. Whoops, get rid of 4. There we go. Okay, so now I gotta deal with this not going behind it. Some bitch. Every time, I always run into this. 10. Like how to get this darn. This is supposed to go behind it, but it's not wanting to. Will this go behind it? If this is negative 10? No. Great, now I gotta go through this again. I hate the index issues. This is annoying. So okay, here's an idea. Get rid of this background. Border top, 10 pixels, solid, var, arch. Right, border right. Suck it. So again, that was another interesting solution. So instead of trying to make it filled in, what I did is because I got the border radius already. So I just created a 10 pixel border on top, 10 pixel border on the right, and I just set it 10 pixels outside the container, 10 pixels outside. Voila, illusion complete. So that saves me some headache there. Because I really, honestly, if somebody knows what I'm doing wrong here, please comment and tell me why I'm stupid. Because I run into this issue all the time. And sometimes I fix it by sheer magic and willpower, and sometimes I just give up and make a couple divs and suck it up and just, use divs. So this is good. This is good. Let's zoom out here. I think this is fine. Now let's clean this up a bit. So obviously we got some problems here. First of all, let's start the container from here and go here. So 1070 technically is what it is with this. So 950. Okay, so we're gonna do get started. And okay, looks like we just started here. So now we just need to get the steps. And let's see, max width of 1070. Okay, so that's how big we want it. And this, I wanted see, margin left. So if I zoom in here, all right, so this is the edge of the container that I want it. So I need to do a is the edge. So I need a margin left of 30 on this guy. So step nth child 1, margin left 30 pixels. So technically, okay, I gotta get rid of the padding. Is it on steps? Container. Padding 0. Okay, got rid of that. Container is 1100, but this is 1070. Okay, that's fine. And okay, 1070. And then this is 30 over. So you see it's pushing 30 over, and that's what I wanted. Now, from just to get these right, so from here to here is 165. Is that what I have? I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter because Flexbox is kind of handling the spacing for me. I just have to tell it what container to have it in, and they will be spaced out accordingly. So I will just leave my faith in Flexbox. And it looks like, so I gotta figure out this. Okay, so this is on this edge. So that means, what is this, the second one from the outside? So that means it's gonna be this one. So 1030 wide. I need this to be 1030. That's gonna be H2. That'll be under the container with 1030 pixels. And that, as you'd see, it's overlapping just a little bit, kind of in between here with that little H. And if we go here, kind of overlapping a little bit in between the H. Perfect. I think that is spot on. I love it. And I think we already got this right. So now we just got to get these. We got to fix these boxes, and then we're going to fix this. So it's this is really coming along. I'm actually pretty happy right now. So let's get back to this. So these guys are 550 wide. Okay. So this reviews box, get started reviews. This max width doesn't matter. Let's just do 1200. And this review, I need it to be width of 550. Whoops. Is that right? 550, 380, 550, 380. Okay, and what's our container looking like here? Why is this 1100? This should be 1200. Get started reviews, get started reviews. Is it because container? No. Because the reviews, oh, that's one thing, I lost my index. Put this over here, split down. So where's, okay. Reviews. So it looks like reviews is here inside the container. So I think that's our problem, is this reviews is inside the container. So this container is to 1100. So if I make this width, I have to set the width. I think I have to set the width to 1200 because the width is 100%, right? And that means 100% of whatever container it's in. So it's container is 1100, so it will be 1100. The max width is not telling it to be 1200, it's just telling that's how big it will be. So, oh, good, great. God. All right, I gotta do this again. It's incredibly convenient, but also can, you run into this issue whenever you have to, if you move the file or something or split it. But you know what, I'll take this over having to scroll up and down a damn, 3,000 line long CSS sheet and having to scroll between desktop, tablet, and mobile for all these different sections when I can just, hit them all at a glance. So yeah, I'll take this any day. I'll gladly have this headache over what things are usually. So, okay, get started. This step right here, reviews. Let's do width 1200. So when we do that width, we're actually telling it to be bigger than its container. And that's what's happening right now. So this is the container that it lives in, 1100. And we're telling it, be bigger. So I think we got the margin right on these guys. Now we just got to do the P's. So 24 and 36. So view P, font size 24, line height. And then name is 22. Okay, 22. Source Sans Pro. Source Sans Pro 24 and 36. That just, for some reason, this just feels bigger. Now, is this really Source Sans Pro? Maybe. Do I gotta download it? Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe because I'm loading it, but it's not an actual standard font in the browser. Did I download it? Let's go core styles. So I don't have it here. So let's do this. Maybe that was the problem with the numbers. So Google Fonts, Sans Pro, Source Sans Pro. Let's open this up. Download family. Show in folder. Here it is. Extract all. Yes. So I want to take all of this and I want to go into fonts and I'm throwing this in here. Cool. So now it's in my fonts. That's done. Okay, and I just have to do this. So it's just Sans. So I'm just gonna call it Sans Pro, just like that. So that's what I'm gonna call it. And oh, it looks like I have to do fonts slash. Oops. This is the file path, so mine is in slash takes you to the root directory, go into fonts, and let's see. There you go. Go into fonts, and then find this. So I want Sans Pro, go into fonts, slash fonts, and then do Sans Pro regular. 37.1. Yeah. So I don't need this one. Or let's just throw it in there for good measures. I don't know how this works entirely. This is just what I found online and it worked. So let's just put this here because I don't know if this woof 2 or woof whatever woof means anything. So we got sans pro here, and I need sans black obviously because of that that big fat one. So I have to do another one. Sans pro black, font weight 900, and it's gonna be black. Okay. Do I have any other instances? This is Nexa. Basically anything that's a heading looks like it's Nexa. Sans Pro. So I just need a regular bold. So let's get another bold. So we got Sans Pro bold. Oops. Okay, and this, by the way, this is how you load fonts locally from Google Fonts. Again, I'm sure I went over this earlier, but if we all forgot, this is what you should be doing all the time now. Instead of loading the Google CDN, save yourself some page speed and just do this crazy stuff. So, okay, now that we got these guys, let's play. So my P's, so my body's got Sans Pro. I want it to be Sans Pro. Let's see if this works. This text should change if we see something, and it does, and I feel so much better for it because this, yeah, that we needed that, and there it is. There's my shit right here. That's the those are the tails I've been looking for. So let's go back. I'm pretty happy right now, and I need to go to, where's this at? Big number. It's under management. There it is. So font family. Sans Pro black. And there it is. Yes, yes. Oh, I feel so much. I just feel like a weight has been lifted on me. Okay. So we can leave that there. I'm wondering. I'm just going to leave that the way that is. Let's rotate. Okay, so we need 736. So what is this? This is still under 0. So I want to do another media query. 550, 736. So I need to do another one. Let's try 550. Let's go to responsive. 550. So yeah, let's do it here. Big number. Font size 120, so let's do 150. Let's do 180. No, 60. Okay, and then let's do a top. There we go, top of 224. Okay, so I got that fixed. I got that looks good, that looks good. Just checking to see if anything's changed drastically. I'm so much happier. This is looking a lot better. So let's do iPad. So, okay, 768. Big number, big number, big number, big number. Font size 150. Fill that up, 160. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Negative 420. No, 410. Cool. See, that looks, God, that looks so much better. So, my day today. Okay, so let's go to 850 now. Zoom out. So let's fix this at 850. Margin left, let's do 3. And let's do 420, 3. Okay, let's increase this font size to 71. And let's come over a little, another 40, let's see, 20, 30, 40. Let's hit this up a little more, 10 pixels. Whoops, not that. This, 10 pixels font size. Okay, and let's come over a little more. Boom. That's where I want you. Okay, and our next break, let's see. So at 1000. I think we're fine right there. And when we get to 1024, okay, so that's where we are. So let's go down to here and big number, font size 280, a little much, 270, 260, and then come back another 10. Let's come back another 5. Okay, there we go. That's nice. That's good right there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Except, I think I missed something here. Yeah, I'm missing the box shadow. Where's your box shadow at? Down the group, filter. Oh, looks like we had a filter drop shadow. Okay, let's try this. Copy. Let's go up to the first management. Now we have so many queries. But yeah, when you got something weird like this, you're gonna have a lot of meaty queries just to cover all your bases. Let's go up to here. I think it's on the P before. Let's put this on here. Cool, there's that. All right, I can't believe we were missing that. Almost missed that. Not this eagle eye. Okay. So now that we've had that cathartic breakthrough, so 1024. Let's go back to 1300. Zoom out. Nothing has drastically changed. This is great. That looks fine. That looks fine. This looks fine now. Like this looks like what it's supposed to look like. I still feel like. What are you? Is this not a Nexa? Okay, Nexa bold. Is this not Nexa? That's Nexa. It's 22. 22. I guess it's what you are. Yeah. We got those. And let's see, it looks like these stripes are width of 1240, but these stripes here are not. What's your width? Probably just 100%. Let's do width 1240. Whoops. I don't know if that helped, but I'm just going to do it anyway. So that was get started. 1300 stripes at the bottom. And then how far down do you come? So it looks like we gotta come down to the chimney. So bottom, let's keep going down to the chimney, right about there. So bottom negative 764, bottom negative 764. Okay, so that's good. That's where it's supposed to be. And now the last part, this mess. All right, let's get ready. I just want to make sure I'm still recording because I am not, man. The other night I had, the whole day I've just been, I haven't taken like 18 different breaks from this. I just want to make sure I didn't forget to hit a button again. So here we go. So we got these guys, and they are in their own world, okay? So let's take this container, and it looks like it's supposed to be, here's the edge. That's the edge there. That's the edge. And then from here. This is 1150. Yeah, okay. So the container's got to be 1150. So footer container. Let's go to our core styles. Let's just close this off. Let's remove the padding, 0. Okay, so that's getting spread out now, piece by piece. Okay, so we're gonna start up here. So this is logo group. Footer.logo group. Let's start off by doing text align left. Okay, no, I have to do the P. Okay, so logo group. Let's start by making this width. So logo group should be about 455 wide. So we got that. Now, I want this logo, footer logo, to be margin left 0. I want you to go to the edge. And you are actually going to be 314 pixels wide. Are you blocking? Display block. Are you 314 wide already? Where are you getting this? With 314. Max width 269. I knew it. Max width 100%. Who cares? Okay, now that is 314. Excellent. So we got this footer P. Text align left. So we got that going. And this, so 59, so 60 pixels from here. So you, footer logo, need a margin bottom of 60. So that's set, okay? So now we need to set this box. So here's my logo group, okay? And here's my ridiculousness. So I need to set a flex on the container. I need to put these next to each other. Display, flex, wrap, no wrap, flex direction just to make sure, row, and just to find content, space between, because I want this to be pushed to the edge. and that should put this next to each other. Okay. All right, we're getting there. We're finding some headway here. So now I need this to be this wide, so 435. I need. Okay, so first I need to drop this. I need to drop this copy. When I mean drop, I need to put it at the bottom. So I have to give it a width of 100%, so it jumps. So down here, width 100%. Okay, yeah, because this is getting flexed. Oh, because I don't have my wrap. It's not letting me wrap, so let's wrap. So at least that goes down there. But I need to make this, so ridiculous has to be 435. So here's ridiculous. Footer logo, footer P, copy right here. Width of 435 pixels. Okay, so here we are. And so I need these to be spaced out evenly. I think this one nav group. So footer ridiculous nav group. I want their width to be auto. Okay. And well, I don't think I can do that. I think I have to manually set them. Damn it. Okay. Nth of type 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I have to explicitly state their width so that they can space each other appropriately. Because right now, with auto, I don't think it's working. So let's try this. 44, 52, 42, 30. How do I get this placement? I think I know how. Okay, let's ignore these. Let's forget I even did this. Let's keep one of them. Text aligned, left. And then I want to do the fourth one, text align right, so I can push them. You see right now, the problem was I need these to take up 25% of the box because they need to push these down to the next one. So they have to take up 25, 25, 25, 25. If there's any space, this guy's going to sneak up here, so they have to take up. So what I did was I pushed these guys to the left and pushed this to the right and kept these centered so that, you know, it's at least relatively even, right? But it doesn't look right. It just doesn't look right. And it's irritating me. This is annoying. Oh, because I also got to do contact. Come on. Let's try this. Let's put these in their own div. Copy dot nav group nav collection. Let's say nav collection. Let's see if this messes anything up. Completely. Wonderful. Unless, let me see. It says nav collection, so obviously it doesn't have any styles on it yet. So what if I do? I'm just going to do whatever. I'm just going to do a quick test. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, so I can't do it. I can't group them because that messes up my mobile too now. Well, first of all, let's get this fixed. So this is the contact. Here we go. Okay, so footer contact. Let's go back to the bottom here. And ridiculous. Okay, so let's fix it. We gotta fix this guy to be part of these guys now, because this has a different order on it. So let's do order initial. Okay, and then let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, none. Is none valid? No. Improper value. Unset. That works. Okay, and let's give it a margin 0. A transform of none. Okay, so these blocked. So actually, it doesn't need to be. It's not 435. It's actually 634. And then these 634. I get rid of these. And what it is these main links, these nav groups, width of 20%. So that they take up a 5. Okay. We're getting somewhere now. So let's get rid of these margin bottoms. So they're all, I want them to all be centered. Why are these links off-centered? And height 28. These are actually 45, but why? Where are you getting 45 from? Let's try, oh, this might be their flex containers. So let's try on our container, align items, center. No, that didn't do it. So something is funky over here. So these are actually, these are 45 high. So then nav group, let's do a line height, 45 pixels. There you go, yeah. So if you, when your line height is the same as your height, it will center the text, because the text line height is, the text is centered in its line height. So if we make the line height the same height as whatever the height of the box that it's in, it should center it, and that's exactly what happened. And for some reason, this is off a little bit. I don't know why. But let's transform, or let's turn margin top of 1 pixel. Because it was just off by like 1. I think it's about right. Okay, so the next step. All right, we gotta get these guys. Get these guys together. Okay, so let's get our it is 187 tall. Okay. So social group height 187 pixels. Width I don't know, 50. Inline block. Oh, do I have a flex on them? Yeah, I do. Justify content center. Okay, so I need to do flex direction column. Maybe that was it. Yeah, that was it. And line items, space between. That's not one. No. Center. Justify content, space between. Okay, so I think that still works for that. 187, they're spaced out just right. Let's get rid of these line heights on them. So these A's have a line height on them that is, let's see, auto. It's changing the height. So you see this? You see how the image is 18 high, but the line height is 28. I don't know why that is. All right, let's try 18. 18. Let's see if that fixes it. So that fixed it. So I just set the line height and the height to 18 so that they space themselves evenly. And okay, so let me figure out what's happening here. So these, I think these are set to 50%. So what I need to do is set them to 130. So these, UL, okay, the UL is before the social group, but after contact. Width is 130. Okay, so that puts them there. Now I need, this line is no longer good. Come on, there it is. So we need to get rid of this. That's not needed. And what I would need, the social group. I think it's align self flex end. I want it to go here. Margin right. 0. Okay, that helped. But like, what is this? What's up with this? 634. Taking up 20%. So why is this have a gap? With 120, is that a problem? Okay, it's 107, so contact has to be 120. Oh, let me see. Okay, that's better. So 120. It's still just a hair off. So I think what I need here, so this is under home. I need to left align my UL. Okay. My UL dot main link. Okay. And this guy, before, I actually need you to be left 0, transform none. We don't need that anymore. So I need you to go to the left. Okay, so those are good. And now, so if I line this up, that was right there. Now, if that was lined up there, here's this. So this is 64 pixels from the side of home. Now what I need to do is this UL. I need to grab this UL and of type 1, margin left. Let's do 100. Let's see if that works. Okay, excellent. So now we're going to take this and we're going to line it up, and let's use that looks pretty spot on. So 39. This is 39 plus 64. So let me get my calculator. 39 plus 64. 103 is the padding is the margin left. So margin left 103. So that's where it's supposed to be. Right about there. Right under the, right on the edge of the A. That's not happening, but that's okay. I just wish there was an easier way. Because these have to be spaced out some more. But I can't get it done with the way that it is currently built. Unless I do transforms on them and physically transform them out of their space. So maybe that's what I'll do to get it perfect. But so now we got this is 80 pixels away. So I want to do a margin right 80 pixels. Push this away. Okay. And it looks like the top of social has to meet the top of this. So margin top of 0 on the social group. No. Let's do how do I make you go up? I want to do align items. Let's try that. line items, flex start. Yeah, that didn't do it. How do I get you to go up? Oh, maybe that's what a line is horizontal, justify is left to right. So maybe I do start. There it is. All right, so I just got to give it a margin top to match this. So let's bring this back out. And that's our line. So then our margin top, let's try 10 pixels. 15. Yeah, that's about right. I think that line is like right there. Oh, no, right here. So more. I need a margin top of 20. Actually, I think this is pushing. I think it's pushing everybody down. Yeah, I think it's pushing everybody down. So what I need to do instead. Did I do something wrong? Yeah, there I accidentally removed the flex start. This. Okay, margin top 0. Does it change? No. Okay, so I think we're okay. I'm just gonna match this up. Let's try 28, 26, 24. There we go. Lined up to the top of that. Actually, so this should be 169 from the top. I should probably need to. Okay, these ULs are probably going to add margin tops to them because this is too close. And I think I just got to eyeball it. So I added a margin top of 50. And that means I got to add 50 to this margin top. So that's going to be 74. So that they could be. Well, that didn't work. Alright, I guess that's good enough. This is pretty darn close. Pretty close. I think, yeah, this has to come up. So this has a margin top of 69. Okay, interesting. Contact. Let's use that. So this contact. So I need a padding top of 82 because this padding top here is 100. So footer. Padding top 82. So that's right. Okay. So now I need to know. Interesting. So it should be 69. Because here's this. 69. That's from the top. That's from the top of this. Right? Yeah. So when we go over here, this actually is a 13 pixels from the top, so I actually need to do 69, right? And then so this has to come up. This logo group I need to align to the top. Align self, flex start. So align self basically allows you to pick individual flex items, and you know, when you do align self, it's basically being selfish and saying, you know, screw you guys, I'm gonna align myself this way. Same thing with justify self. So align is up and down, justify is left and right. So this looks good. So now I just got to do okay, these main navs. I need to add a margin top of 13. So nav group, margin top of 13 pixels. Same goes for contact. Well, 14 because it needed that extra one. Okay, so these should be lined up all right. These should be good. What did I do? Okay, so it's 101. 101. For some reason, I think I messed up the Figma. It didn't look right. All right, 101. That's better. And okay, so this actually has to be pushed over, so it's in the center. So let's do that. Social group. We're just going to eyeball it. Margin right 50. And eyeball complete. I accept. And so 50. That's 29, so 80. So this has to go down 80 pixels. All right, padding bottom 8 is 100, so we got to do 80 instead. So I bring that closer, and then they also are font size 16. So a little bigger now, and it's 100%, right? Yeah. So I need to add this line, brand green. It's going to be a pseudo element. So copy this overlay. Okay. It's going to be 1 pixel high. It's going to be our sea green. To be left, and then top. Say 23. Position relative. Where are you? Copy. So it's not even registering that it has a pseudo element. Oh, that's because I did something stupid. There we go. There it is. So we need from here. Okay, so this is 25 pixels plus 16, which is 35. So 25 plus 16, 10 is 35 plus 6 is 41. So 41 pixels already right here, 41. And it has to be 122. So 122 minus 41. 81 pixel difference. Or 16, because this is going to bump up against here. So 16, maybe it's just 16. So 117 minus 16, 101. So let's try that. Margin top, 101 pixels. So I want it to be, okay, so 122. I want it to be 122, right? So there's a margin bottom of 16. So 122 minus 16. So it should be 106 actually to push up against. That looks about right. Except now we got these should be on one line. So it's 130 for the UL is not enough. Try 135, 40, 5, 9, 70, 90. Oh, did I put a break in there? I did put a break. We don't want this break. So we're just going to do this. Because that's what we want. Let's see if that messes anything up. Not really. UL. Unless I put this in a span. Whoops. Let's see. And how did you get all messed up here? I gotta fix this because this looks bad. Footer contact. Let's do this 10 pixels. That looks a little better. A little crowded, but I'll take it. I'll just leave this as is. Yeah, let's go back to here. So we got that in one line. I got these. Whoops. I think that's it. By God, I think I've done it. Yes. Except I think I need to make this thicker. This 10 pixels. Yeah, it's 5. So footer. Make that 10. I think that, man, I think this is as good as it gets. Honestly, with what I had to work with, my God. And let's just set this, all of our footer A's. Oh, we gotta do hover states. All of our links gotta have hover state. Text decoration underline. Let's see if that works. Good, good, good. Good, 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 good. Except for you, I don't want you to underline. So I have to change it for contact. Text decoration none. Got it. Come on, hey, what are you? Oh, that's right. This is in footer.contact hover. Let's try this. Yeah, that did it. So for some reason the hover. Let me see where that's at. So we hover this. We go hover. Text decoration underline. So that's from there. Is there anything with a hover that is above it? No. So yeah, I just had to do an important to override. You don't want to use these often, but I just did. So I think that's it. Honestly, I think it's over. So I got these right. Oh, this has to have a max width. That's pretty freaking crazy. Yeah, we're gonna fix that real quick. So this has to be a max width of 129. 768. So CTA image. CTA. Let's go here. Max width of 1029. Got it. 1029. All right, so now let's go. That's still pretty darn big, but obviously we have to get a sharper SVG down on this. Okay, part place. There's that. It's just neat. It's finally coming together. Oh, here we got a problem. No hover state. Where's our hover? Something's covering it. Yeah, see, I can't even get to it. What's going on? Okay, so I think this is for some reason blocking that. So what we need to do, let's just go into the beginning. Let's start from the beginning. Pointer events. Let's get rid of pointer events. None. So this means that basically you can't hover over it. It won't even register. It's like it's not even there. And that's what it was. So this was covering the A tags, and you weren't allowed to hover over it because this was on top, so it wasn't registering to hover. When you do have these issues, pointer events none. It's this won't even register a pointer event. This is basically it's dead to them. The browser doesn't talk to it, doesn't speak to it, doesn't come over to hang out anymore. It's done, cut off. So yeah, your mouse doesn't do anything to it, so that's good. We got these working. This works. That's good. Accept this. This is so my screen's about 1800 pixels wide, so we have to. That's right, we have to adjust this. Man, here I thought I was done. This is stupid. I was so ready. I was so ready to call it quits tonight. Get over here. Don't need you. Don't need you. So, okay, 1300. Yeah, we have to adjust this. Back up top. And just when you thought this video was over, huh? No. Polio switcheroo. 1300. Big number. 350. 360. So that's what you're supposed to be, 360. And your M's a little cut off. We got a little spot there. I think that's fine. So let's grow this. Yeah, once we get about 1500, I think that's our problem. Let's get another one. And I want these. With I don't want to have to deal with these again. So 3,500 pixels. I know that's going to drag that out a lot. Okay, that's better. Yeah, there you are. There you nasty little thing, you. All right. Where are you coming? All right there. So 15. So now you gotta do this guy again. Man, I just want. I'm done. I just want to. It's like almost 1 a.m. here. I just want to go to bed, but I just can't stop myself. With 2,000 pixels and actually maybe that'll work. Top 3. Okay, we got no vertical scroll bar. That's cool. But again, oh, I think I have to go margin left more. Oh, yeah, that was the problem. I forgot to add my margin left. We're just gonna do like negative 1,000. That's better. Okay, so now we got that. And honestly, I want this to be, yeah, it's got to be actually. Parallax. So on 1024, hero, background, attachment fixed. Yeah, see, that's a lot cleaner. Oh, especially with this. Yes, yes, that's what I want to see. This looks good. This looks good. Okay, I think we're done. I think we're done with this page. All right, lock it up. This is it. So this is Park Place properties. Dark mode. I forgot about dark mode. Okay. Well, it's 1 a.m. I think I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to make this just the desktop video, and then I think I'll do a video for dark mode. So the next video will be getting this on dark mode. All of my sites got to have it. So thanks for dealing with me and following along. And I know these things are long. So if you made it this far, thank you for spending your day watching me do work. So hopefully this is helpful in any way. I hope you guys learned something and you feel a little more confident in your abilities. So let's I'm gonna call it quits for this video, and then dark mode. So thanks for watching.